Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. So it seemed like only yesterday that I just uploaded a firmware update video. In fact, it was only yesterday, but since then there's been some new developments and I thought I'd make an update video just to go over them. So just a quick 20-second recap. Yesterday DJI uploaded a firmware update that added some new features to the Mini 3 Pro, basically some gain and expo settings that allowed us to slow down the drone when in cine mode, sport mode, or normal mode, basically mimicking tripod mode. It's been a long-awaited feature. They added it to the Mavic 3 last year just before Christmas, but it hadn't made its way to the Mini 3 Pro yet, and now it's here. It's a really valuable tool, and many people, including myself, are very glad that it's finally available. They also added a new tool that allowed you to clear your user data from the drone, and that was good if you're going to be selling it. You can make sure that everything is wiped off, and that way your information doesn't end up in somebody else's hands. But right away after that update, forums and Facebook groups were buzzing with questions and problems, but most notably, a lot of people were pointing out that those features did not exist for them. They updated the firmware, they had the correct firmware version, but their app version was still at 1.9.4. It didn't update it to the new 1.9.8. It turned out that DJI pulled the Fly app component, so when you updated the firmware, it didn't update the Fly app, so you didn't have access to those new features. If we take a look at this screenshot, this was sent over to me from Philly Drone Life, Mikey from Philly Drone Life. He updated his firmware yesterday, and you can see that he went to the 0500, but the Fly app didn't update at all, and he had no access to the new features. And this was across the board for many people. If you didn't get the app quick enough, or the update quick enough, I should say, you didn't get the updated Fly app. However, today they've rectified the situation. They've released a brand new firmware update for the RC Pro, not for the aircraft itself, but just for the RC Pro. You can see it now takes the DJI RC to 0600. And with the update for the controller, they actually introduced a new Fly app, a brand new one again, and it is now 1.9.9. So if you were having troubles yesterday, make sure you go in today and download it again. You shouldn't have any problems. Now, another quick update from yesterday's video, and that's to do with the RC Pro. As of yesterday, when I made that video, there was no update for the Fly app for it. So if you were going to be flying the Mini 3 Pro with the RC Pro, you didn't have access to those new gain and expo settings to adjust the speed, and you didn't have the tool to clear all user data. But as of today, there was an app update for the DJI RC Pro. It's just an app update, so it's not a whole firmware update for the controller. And if we go here and we take a look at the settings, you can see that the app version has now been updated to 1.9.9 as well. If we scroll down to the bottom, you can see we have access to those new tools for clearing user data. And if we go over to our gain and expo tuning, you can see we have all the new speed tools to adjust the speed to our own taste and needs. So that's just a quick update on the new firmware that was released. I highly recommend that you update to the latest version. If you did get it yesterday, everything might look okay, but it's definitely important to get the latest firmware. I'm heading out today to do another test. I'm going to do a flight with the Mini 3 Pro with both controllers, just to see if I find any bugs that jump out right away at me. Sometimes these bugs are hard to determine, they're very specific. I just like to go out and make sure that everything is functioning generally the way it should. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated, and we'll see you in the next one.